What happened in these first 5 episodes was, me personally, I think it's set up, okay, the world that's going on now. What is happening with this virus, basically the new threat, their living quarters, the prison, how it was, especially the 30 days where it was pretty much boring, you know what I mean? No one was getting hurt, there was no injuries, everyone was getting along, people were starting to rebuild a little civilization. So these first 5 episodes, definitely, for me at least, they did their job. Okay, they gave us some suspense, they gave us some drama, they gave us a little mystery, and they really gave us some understanding, definitely did, of where these people are at. Spoiler, where these people are at, or were at least. As far as the Woodbury people, they came, a lot of them started, I mean, it didn't show it, but it hinted that a lot of them started helping out around the way, but I'm kind of getting sidetracked. Anyway, so we start this episode and we see Rick, you know, and I like how he looks at the watch that Carol gave him. I don't know why I keep stopping like that, but I like how they show it. He's looking at the watch, and for a second there I was like, you know, is he second guessing himself? Because then when he gets back and he talks to Maggie, which he doesn't hide nothing. He pulls in, Maggie's like, whoa, there's no Carol. What happened to Carol? What happened to Carol? Where's Carol? Rick, where is Carol? You know? And Rick is like, listen, man, boom, no bullshit. He didn't lie. He didn't try to cover it up. He didn't try to hide it from her. Just straight up. I guess at this point, how can you, you know? So he just comes straight up, full blast, honesty. This is what happened, bam. But back to the watch. She makes a statement saying that he was right by doing that, but she doesn't know if she could have. You know what I mean? Because Rick is like, well, what would you have done? Would you have left her there, or no? Was I right or was I wrong? You know what I mean? Not in a way where it seemed like he was seeking approval, but in a way where he was trying to get her to come to the same conclusion that Rick did, so they're both on the same page, without him forcing his will upon her. Anyway, so she says that, and this, that, and the third. And Rick's walking away, and he says, I feel like I'm all over the place. Are you staying with me, or did I just lose you guys like 20 fucking words ago? Rick says, we don't have the luxury anymore of second-guessing ourselves. Paraphrase. But anyway, guess who's back? The governor's back, and he is watching them. At the end, they showed, Rick and Carl having a little moment over by the garden. They were eating some beans or something, and they pan out, two figures are walking up the hill, supposedly Rick and Carl, and the music, that just creepy, deep, you know, some shit is watching you type music, and then the governor, and they just end it. I love the governor. I see a lot of complaints on people who don't like the governor, like, I just want him to come back and die already, just get out of here. I love the governor. I mean, he is nuts, you know what I mean? Like, the guy is just a sicko, especially when it comes to the zombies and the heads in the, you know what I mean, the fish tanks. The governor has some issues going on up here. It's not all there. But I like that as a character because he doesn't really have anything to lose. What has he got to lose? He doesn't have family, you know what I mean? They're dead, that's gone. He doesn't have any loved ones, and even if he did, he's so touched in the head that it wouldn't really matter. You know what I mean? What they said, what they thought. He'd probably just feed them to the zombies if they disagreed with him anyway. So a character like that is very dangerous and very useful. Very useful as a character. A writer, you can have so much fun with that character. And I love what they did with the governor. I really, last season, when it was coming towards the end and they were going to have that little war at the prison, I really did not want the governor to die. I didn't want them to just, oh, he goes to war and he dies somehow. I wanted him to get out of it, and I thought the way they did it was perfect. I enjoyed it. A lot of people said they prepared us for this huge war that never happened. You know what? I mean, yeah, they did. They kind of did. But in all actuality, I think that was a lot more believable than, another direction they could have took it. Anyway, so back to this season, or this season, yeah, well, back to this season and this episode, we have, forget about the governor a second, okay? Go back to the prison. Rick gets there. You have everyone who's sick as a dog, and they're really sick. This virus, the clock is winding down. The virus is getting at these people, especially the doctor. The doctor is starting to bleed from his eyes. Herschel takes a good look at him. They have a little moment there, and the doctor's telling Herschel, like, listen, bro, kill these people. He fucking kill them. He pulls out shotgun shells, for crying out loud, and he's like, now is the time. I don't know really what he was getting at as far as, kill the people, because it's a shotgun. You blow one guy's head off. What do you think, the others are going to get in line for you? They're going to be like, oh, yeah, we are sick, Fuck no. Fuck no. So the doctors, I don't know what he was thinking. I understand what he was thinking, but a shotgun, you can't just sneak around and stab him in the back of the head. You know what I mean? Bring Carol back. She'll do it, The attention to detail on that zombie that Rick drove past in the very beginning. That zombie's on screen for like 20 seconds. And the detail in that zombie is better than some of the details in these shitty zombie movies with their main zombies. And the zombie was in it for like 20 seconds, and the detail was amazing. Dogs are eating his body. He's missing it from like the ribs down. It's gone. You know what I mean? You can see his flesh is cut open. His skin is dirty. Gray skin is exposed with these slashes in it. You know what I mean? You can see ribs and meat and muscle and blood. And it's just gross. It is gross. I was eating when that came on, and I was like, ugh. Yeah. It was nasty, and he was on camera for 20 seconds. That right there shows when a show or a movie or any type of production takes that much attention and detail for something that's only going to be on camera for a very short period of time. I respect that. Also, we see Herschel, I believe, kill for the first time one of the zombies. Did he kill when the farm broke loose? I don't know, but to me this was like his first time, if not ever. No, he did kill. I don't know, but we see Herschel get to kill one of the Woodsbury people for the first time, and he pulls. It's very important that the killings happen away from everybody else, especially the sick people who probably are going to have to die. At the same time, you have these zombies about to break down the fence, and you have Rick and Maggie are the only two people, the only two able-bodied people who are trying to get that fence back up, and Rick tells Maggie, go ahead, you know what I mean? And he goes to get Carl, who's been begging to get into the action, looking for every excuse possible to get into the action. Well, now he's in the action. Rick gets Carl, and they have one of the greatest father and son moments coming up. Basically like huge tree poles, branches or whatever, up on the fence to give it some support. One snaps, another one snaps, the fence comes down, and it's madness, and I loved it. The suspense was great because Rick was there was zombies falling in between him and Carl, and he's getting up to run, and you could actually tell it looked real. I wouldn't be surprised if he really did fall on that gravel that he had to run on, because he goes to knock a zombie down, which is great, you know what I mean? Just he sacks into the zombie, but then he goes down, and it really looked like he tripped on the rocks. It didn't look fake at all. So he goes up to meet up with Carl. They get over to where the guns are. They get like, oh man, I don't even remember what they got. Like M16s, right? And not even civilian issue. There's straight automatic M16s. And go ahead, correct me if I'm wrong. I didn't even take a picture of what they actually use. I'm just trying to give a reference to the general public, you know what I mean, or the other people who watch the show. So they're going at it with the zombies. The zombies break through a little bottleneck, which actually helped them because they can, take them out a little bit easier. And Carl throws Rick a clip, which was awesome. Carl's getting a lot more awesomer than he has been when he was little. No one likes kids in shows, no offense, Chandler Riggs, no one likes kids, alright? You're growing on us now, alright? So, Rick gives, Andrew Lincoln, as Rick, gives one of the greatest just stares ever. I mean, you go back, rewind, look at that stare. He didn't overdo it. He didn't over try to sell this stare. He did it perfect. He gave this look of just, he's so proud that his son's so good at shooting zombies in the head, and he's stepping up, and because he's not running. He told his son either shoot or run, and Carl be damned, he is not running. You know what I mean? He ain't running. So Rick is looking at him with just this pride. He's so proud of his son, and that breaks his heart. You know what I mean? And that look he gives at that moment where he is just so proud that it snaps his heart in half, it's priceless. And they hold on him a beat, you know what I mean? They keep the camera on him a couple seconds and let that just soak in for the audience, and then they move it right along and they execute all the zombies. Meanwhile, Herschel does something really cool. He takes the zombies, he's about to plug one in the head, he's got a little line of zombies who are getting in line to eat his brains. He walks back, you know, with his little stub, and he pops a zombie so the kids don't get to see. Me personally, I wouldn't even have thought of it. I would have just been like, boom, this is a zombie apocalypse. You're gonna see this. You know what I mean? Boom. But no, Herschel is Herschel. You know what I mean? He wants to save those kids as much as possible. He knows he can't save them from everything, but as much as possible to not mess with their heads. And it still doesn't work with that little girl because she's touched. Because then when they go back and Maggie sees Glenn and they get the airbag and everything off that zombie and they put it in Glenn's, if I'm not being as detail specific as other people might be in reviewing things, I'm trying to give, you know, there are some spoilers, but for the most part, if you did go back and rewatch it, I'm trying not to give every single little bit of detail, so, you know, that's why I say I jump around. Anyway, so then you got the little girl, and then she goes ahead, there's like zombie mucus blood bio type shit on the floor, and she just decides to take her little foot and move it around, you know what I mean, which is just, it was gross. Rick goes outside with his son Carl. They have a little nice father and son moment. Like I said, they pick something off. I don't even know what they pick. Something out of a garden. You know what I mean? And then they go walking up the hill, and we pan out with the camera. They pan out with the camera, and they show the governor, and he is looking. And my prediction, I'm sorry, but I saw the previews for the next episode, and I really think the next episode is going to show what the governor did at the end of season 3. I really feel that. This is my prediction, but I think the next episode, it will be strictly almost all the governor. It might not be, but maybe that building that was burning down wasn't the governor. Maybe they actually burned Woodbury down. Or when Rick and them scooped the residents out of Woodbury, maybe the governor went nuts and burned Woodbury down. We really don't know, or at least I missed it, but I don't think they told us what happened with Woodbury. But I'm assuming that's what was burning down, you know what I mean? But speaking of burning down, the governor has his eye, no pun intended, on them. And it's going to be one hell of a ride. And I think there's only 3 episodes left after this, so I really feel like they're going to do an episode to explain what the governor did at the end of the 3rd season. Where did he go? What did he do? Why did he do it? Then they'll probably do an episode where the 2 groups, you know what I mean, finally, oh my god, there's the governor, they're going to hit head-to-head, and then the mid-season finale will most likely be, or should most likely be, an all-out war, again, comic book reference, but like an all-out war scenario with the governor leaving us in, yet again, some kind of cliffhanger that's just going to drive us fucking nuts until we get to see the conclusion. So that is my prediction. I'm excited. I don't know about you guys, but I am really excited for the governor to be back. I enjoy this character. David Morrissey does a fantastic job, and I really want to see who's going to kill him. I'm real curious. Is it going to be Daryl? You know, is it going to be Michonne? Is it going to be Rick? Shit, is it going to be a pile of zombies? I don't know, but I really, really want to see what happens with the governor. I absolutely love that storyline. I like where they're going. And for all the people who saying, just kill him and get it over with, if you just got everything over with right away, what are you going to do next year, or the year after, or the year after that? If you want this to go for 8, 9, 10 seasons even, and I really, really hope that Andrew Lincoln stays around as long as possible, because to me Rick holds it together. You know what I mean? And I got worried when they did the new Walking Dead spin-off. It made me nervous, thinking that they're going to try to get a spin-off successful so Andrew Lincoln can leave. You know what I mean? And that makes me nervous. Anyway, so like, comment, subscribe, like, yeah, that's it.